Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about defense versus offense on the doubles court. What I'm going to do is break down a point that I played recently strategically so that hopefully you can relate to this point and take away some of the tips and strategies that I'm about to talk through and implement them into your own game. And after you watch this video, if you have your own point that you want to send through, I can break it down. Go to thetennistribe.com and click on contact at the top of the page. Or if you're subscribed to our doubles newsletter, you can just reply to any of those emails and send through your match video. And I am happy to check it out. So what I'll do here is show you the full point. Then I'm going to start it over and kind of break it down shot by shot. And hopefully you can take away some quick tips here for your own game. So you could see we got in a pretty decent cross-court rally there, which is pretty common for club level, USTA level doubles, getting in these cross-court rallies. And what I want to focus on is when we should be looking to play offense and move forward and kind of put pressure on the opponent versus playing defense and staying back and trying to just stay in the point and not give them a free error. And then I also want to talk about what each of those means. I feel like a lot of people, when they're on defense, they're not sure which shot selection to choose as far as defensive shots. So we're going to start the point over and start with the serve. You can see that this is a pretty good kick serve deep in the middle of the box. I'm already leaning back because I can see that it's going to kick up into my body here. I ran around it and hit a forehand, so you can see I'm going to be a little out of position here because it was a good serve. So really I'm focused on just getting this back cross court. This is definitely going to be a more defensive return. So in this case, I want to aim high over the net, get it back cross court, hopefully with some depth, because in this case I do know that this particular server prefers to serve and stay back. So I really want to focus on depth here. So you can see I run around. I'm completely off the screen at this point in a defensive position. And my return does get cross court, but it lands pretty short. So this would be a good time for the opponent to play a little offense. I'm on defense. You can see my partner there at the net. She is back at the service line, so she's kind of on defense here as well, which is smart because again, my return is landing pretty short in the court. The opponent has a forehand. They can kind of go any direction they want with this and move in behind it and put some pressure on us. What he does is hits a forehand back cross court. He doesn't come in behind it in this case because it looked like he got a little jammed there. But he's able to put me on defense once again. So you can see, even though the ball lands pretty short in the court, because I was so out of position on the shot before, I'm taking this ball on the way down. So I'm kind of reaching forward. I wasn't in position to take it at its apex. And I'm taking this ball on the way down. So I'm really trying to just guide this back cross court, again, hopefully with some depth, and get it over the net to stay in the point. What I could have done here potentially is try to scoop this cross court deep in the corner and come in behind it. That would have bought me some time. I could have hit a little slice, kind of inside out slice, and come in behind it to kind of change that defense into offense. But I didn't do that. I come over the ball here, hit a topspin shot, and then prepare for the next shot. I hit a decent ball there. The opponent has a backhand, which is good. In this case, his backhand is really good, actually. So you'll see he's able to put me on defense here. But again, he's pretty deep. You can see he's back in the green there. And again, he's going to need to keep this cross court really to stay in the point, because you can see my partner's moving forward. She's starting to put some pressure on the opponent here. And this is where I really am defending. So this ball is within a couple feet of the baseline. I'm on my heels out of the screen, hitting a defensive forehand. And these are the shots where I really want you to do whatever you can to stay in the point. We're on defense. We need to be playing defense. And I can't tell you how many times I will see a player just bail the other team out in this scenario and try to rip a forehand winner down the line because they've made it once before. But in reality, it's about a 10% chance or less of making that shot. So instead, go with the high percentage play, make the other team beat you. And what that means here is going back cross court really high over the net, and try to hit with some depth again. So that could be a lob, that could just be high topspin. It could be a slice, a defensive slice shot, something like that. One other thing to keep in mind is because we're in the ad court here, the opponent has his backhand volley in the middle. So I know that he's not going to have a ton of reach with that. So instead of just hitting it straight cross court over the net, I'm going to hit it with some height here because I know he's not going to have as much reach with his backhand volley. So you can see that ball gets pretty high. It doesn't land too deep in the court, but I got it past the opposing net player, kept us in the point, and that's really what matters. So again, the opponent has a backhand here. And again, he gets me on defense. So this ball lands really deep. You can see I'm on my heels again. And I don't like the position I'm in here. So what I'm going to do is play another high shot over the net. Again, try to get it cross court, deep in the court. But this one, I know I'm going to come in behind. I'm done with this baseline rally. I don't like my odds at this point in the point. So I'm going to play this one more towards the middle of the court. I can see the opposing net player kind of out of the corner of my eye. He's running to cover the line because I've taken that inside in forehand a few times. So since he's moving to his left, I can play the ball a little bit closer to the middle. And that's what I do here. So I'm able to hit it pretty deep down the middle, which is a great opportunity to move forward. So you can see I'm already leaning forward. As soon as I hit it, I felt it off my strings. It was going to land deep in the court. I saw the opposing net player was not in a position to attack it. So immediately I'm moving forward to play offense. And then he takes the ball down the line at my partner, at her backhand volley because she's a lefty, which was not a bad play. He hit a good shot, but she's able to reach and hit a good backhand volley with some depth back to his backhand before he makes an error. So again, the big takeaway here is when are we playing offense, when are we playing defense, and what does that look like? So anytime you're in this green area, behind the baseline, on your heels, you're playing defense. And defensive shots need to be played high over the net. They need to be played cross court. Ideally, if you're lobbing over the backhand side of the opponent, and you're not going for a winner. When you're on defense, you've got to stay in the point. Offense is going to be hit from this blue area inside the court. You're moving forward, and that doesn't mean that you're ripping up the line for the winner. It means you're transitioning a lot of the time to get forward to the net. So it might not be that you hit the ball harder when you're in offense, but you're placing the ball a little better. You might be placing it deep to the opponent's backhand and coming in behind it, or you might be hitting it with a little bit more spin to have it jump up and push that opponent back. You might be hitting a chip shot because you've seen the opponent struggles with a little bit slower pace and then coming in behind that to put pressure on them. So it depends on the match and the opponent, but again, these are the areas we want to focus on. Playing offense versus defense. So hopefully that helps you out. Again, if you have your own video, definitely reach out and I'd love to check it out and break it down for you. And if you found this video helpful, click the thumbs up button below and comment in the description as well if you have any questions at all about playing offense versus defense or any other double strategies.